At a young age, Alan John McCafferty became captivated by the undead and horrifying. As a self-taught makeup artist, Alan uses his skills to transform the everyday into the macabre.
When I was about 18 or 19, I was having a Halloween party at my house and did my makeup, and a lot of people liked it. I started with a bolt going in and out of my forehead, to the left and to the right here, and after that, I was kind of hooked. Then when I was 23, I started Mr. Bones Makeup. I think that doing things the old-fashioned way, for me, it's kind of, again, reminiscent of the way that they've done it in old Hollywood, and I enjoy the meticulousness that it requires. So when you're building up from scratch, then you have to be in the moment, you have to be zen. I like prosthetic makeup, I like the heavy stuff, the stuff that you have to build up, and it turns into, a large, high-concept idea. Creating makeup for an individual is much different than painting on a canvas, because painting on a canvas, you're working with a blank surface. But painting on a face, you already can see what you can work with as far as the build-up, because when you're doing prosthetic makeup, it's all a build-up process. There's no reduction here, except for with contouring or with shading. So that's definitely something to take into consideration. So today we're going to be trying to replicate the makeup from The Bride of Frankenstein, the Boris Karloff 1931 film. It's the one with the burn scars on the face, the one with the typical Frankenstein forehead that you would see, and a little bit of extra cuts and abrasions. Maybe a 1 hour to 2 hour project. The items that we're going to be using today are going to include liquid latex, spirit gum, prosthetic. It will be something that is primarily built up from scratch aside from the forehead prosthetic. So yeah, Zook makes a perfect model for Frankenstein because he does have the developed jawline, he has the developed brow line. His facial structure is very conducive to achieving the overall effect that you would want to, similar to what you've seen in the Boris Karloff movies. And then working with other people also, again, you want to cater to them specifically. You want to be able to look at what you can do and what you can't do. There are some things that I could do on somebody like Zook that I couldn't do on somebody like myself. Being as versatile as you can is definitely the aim. My schedule now primarily revolves around Reaper's Realm. Working at Reaper's Realm is a high traffic environment, which is good for being able to gauge your skills in times under pressure. We have to pump out a lot of monsters in a very little bit of time. And so not having the time aspect and still going for quality can be difficult, but I think that is necessary because you can deal with those certain limitations, or you can use those limitations to your advantage. It's a disciplinary thing. If you can pump something out of quality in the amount of time that is required for us to do at Reaper's Realm because of the time constraints, then working on my own time becomes a little more relaxing. It is a lot of studying. There's a lot of studying of anatomy involved. There's a lot of studying, almost like having X-ray vision. And not only just in humans, but in other creatures too, and other animals. Being able to know the anatomy of, the face of many different creatures, whether fictional or real, and being able to use those and manipulate them creatively to create an effect that is totally unreal. Oh man, doing what I do is very cool. Like I said, I started when I was pretty young, but then once you get into the details of it and going from taking somebody from one look to another and making them look like something that you couldn't look away from if you tried, I think that's really captivating to me. It's a very eclectic group of people that want this sort of makeup. The demographics for special effects makeup is all over the board. Sometimes you'll meet somebody that's particularly meek or particularly introvert, and this person who you wouldn't think of them as wanting to be a certain character, they'll come to you, and it's very interesting how insightful that they can be in showing the difference in people's personalities that they show to the outside world and things that they would like to express themselves as in a creative way. They get to embrace their, inner selves. Think that there's things that they're afraid to show to other people. It becomes a lot easier for them to do so behind the makeup, which is definitely, it's a very enjoyable thing to see people being able to embrace themselves and who they are and their inner personality after having a full transformation done to them. They enjoy the craft, not just the effect. They enjoy the transformation aspect, like I said as well, and they enjoy scaring the hell out of people.
To find more of Alan's work, visit facebook.com/getscary.